There are some things in this world that go way beyond human understanding. Things that cannot be explained, things that most people don't want to know about. That is where we come.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
It's all true. The boogeyman is real, and you found him.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead people.
Listen to them, children of the night. What music they make.
They're here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ghost Freaking Talking. We are a paranormal podcast and YouTube channel coming to you from the spooky lair of the Ghost Freaking Talking crew. And I am your host tonight. My name is Nick, and we have a guest co-host today, and you are?
My name is Vanessa.
Vanessa, you're coming back for another episode of Ghost Freaking Talking. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. You must have liked it enough to come back?
I did. You didn't scare me away, so.
Yes. I do have to tell you, though, our numbers were really good on the episode that you popped on.
Oh, good.
Both on the YouTube side and the download side. But, not taking anything from Trent. The following week, we had a higher number. And then the week after that, we had even a higher number.
That's right.
So our numbers are climbing. So we want to thank you guys out there in the podcast land for downloading this podcast and enjoying the sultry sounds of my voice and all the fun content we bring you on here. So thank you guys for bumping up those numbers, and we're getting a lot of movement on the channel, and that's the dream, right? That's the dream to get get a little bit of fame going on. We are, like I said, we are a paranormal YouTube channel and /podcast. So if you guys want to see our shining faces, if you're listening via podcast, make sure to go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, so when we drop new videos of either the podcast itself, or we also put in some of our ghost hunts, we'll put some evidence and stuff out there for that. So we are also on Facebook and Instagram. We have some fun pictures we share on Instagram, and on Facebook we'll share like different stories that pop up during the week, or just promoting the podcast. So in case you guys forget the podcast is out there, you'll get a notice on Facebook as well. All right, so we usually like to start the show off with talking about any kind of personal paranormal experiences that we've had recently.
All right.
And recently, Trent has told me that he's been hearing voices and stuff from around his room.
Okay.
And it really brings up the topic of you were here the other night.
Right.
And you went to go use the bathroom, and you were like, are your neighbors talking next door or something?
Yeah, it definitely sounded like there was people talking like outside, like right outside. I thought maybe the window was open. The neighbor was out in the driveway talking or something like that, and I know I wasn't hearing things. So.
There was no windows open, and usually our windows are thick enough that you're not going to hear a lot of outdoor stuff, especially if somebody's just standing outside talking in a driveway.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard, especially since
Yeah, I mean that would have been the first time I would have heard people outside like that. But.
So
Who knows?
Paranormal? Possibly.
I don't know.
Did you hear what they were saying at all, or?
No, I really didn't catch it. But I mean, it was loud enough. I mean, it wasn't like faint or anything like that. I mean, it was like clear as day, like people talking, like two people at least. So.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Interesting.
Since you've become quite irregular, coming over and hanging out and being with me.
Yep.
Have you had any experiences here? Has anything ever touched you? Have you ever seen anything?
No, I haven't seen anything. I haven't had anything like weird happen to me, or I haven't like felt any weird, energies or any weird things like. No, so I haven't really experienced, other than the few times, hearing things out here, like falling, or whether that's the cats or what, I don't know, but.
Well, that one night was really weird because the cats were in the room with us, and out here we heard like a massive ruckus, and then like my GoPro, which was sitting like on the table, it wasn't even like on the edge of the table or anything, but it was in the middle of the living room.
Yeah. And I picked it up, and I'm like, "Why is this on the floor? Like, why would the cats be playing with your GoPro?" Exactly.
So that was entertaining, and I know you guys can't hear it on the microphone, but my cats are whooping each other's asses right now, and it seems to be a thing. I fire up a podcast,
and they start fighting.
They
know.
Luckily enough, my kids aren't here tonight, so if you guys tune into the last episode, that was entertaining. With all this COVID stuff, I think my kids are getting cabin fever.
Yeah, I think everybody is. I know my son is definitely has cabin fever.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people posting on like Facebook because I follow all these paranormal groups and stuff like that, and all these paranormal hotspots are closed, and all these paranormal investigators are like, man, when can we get out and investigate again? We really want to get out there and investigate, and I've got the itch because we're still supposed to go and investigate Wolf Hollow's store.
Right.
They had been shut down, but luckily enough, they're going to be doing curbside pickup. So if you go to wolfhollow.com, you guys can order stuff off of that and then go pick it up at their store here in Rockford.
Well, that's cool.
So
nice option to at least, start business again.
Oh, definitely. And we also want to thank those who purchased our Ghost Freaking Talking t-shirts through Rockford Art Deli. Probably by the time you're listening to this podcast, they are going to take our shirt off because we didn't meet the threshold of so many shirts to be sold. So they're going to, they're still going to print off the ones that people bought.
Yeah.
But they're not going to, have it
keep it up,
keeping space on their website. So we want to thank everyone. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for buying a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you for buying one. But if you guys out there want to order a Ghost Freaking Talking t-shirt, it is back available at our Spread Shop shop. So if you guys go on to Spread Shop in the link below in our YouTube channel, blah, 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 in our YouTube channel, you guys can order yourself some Ghost Freaking Talking gear. And you've ordered a hoodie and a t-shirt.
Yep, got a hoodie and a t-shirt. Yep.
And it doesn't have to be, the crazy black t-shirts like the goth kids wear or anything like that, even though it looks cool.
Right, yeah. No, black is always good, but I was impressed with all the color options for the shirt and the hoodie. So
because you look really good in blue, so you ordered a blue shirt.
Yep, got a blue shirt.
You got a hot
hoodie.
pink hoodie, which is
magenta.
really awesome.
Yep.
Well,
very nice.
It looks hot pink.
Hot pink, magenta.
Come on.
Hot pink.
Hot
pink.
Don't correct me on my own show. No, it's fine. But yeah, it looks really cool. So if you guys want to go and check that out, there are pics of Vanessa in those colorful Ghost Freaking Talking t-shirts and hoodie on our Instagram page. So go and follow our Instagram. I've been having a habit of I keep finding all these weird beers that are ghost related.
Really?
So I'll take a snapshot of it in the store or something, or if I'm at a bar, I'll have the beer and I'll take a picture and put it on to our Instagram page. So yeah, I'm on the hunt not only for ghosts but for ghost beer.
There you go.
Because I was down in Alabama, and there's a local brewery down there, and they came out with this. It's called it's like a light lager, but it's called Ghost Train.
Okay, never heard of it.
Yeah, so
cool.
Yeah, so I tried the Ghost Train.
Try it out.
And it just
how was it?
It tastes like a Budweiser.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
I've also tried. There's this beer I tried up in Janesville. It was called Zombie Dust, which was really good.
Interesting
that was
name for a beer.
That was a really good IPA. And I don't know if you guys can hear it. The clicking sound in the background is my dog walking back and forth along the floor, because she's gonna sit here and whine until she gets out. You're gonna get up in the middle of a show to let this dog out? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens right in the middle of a podcast. My dog just loves to. She doesn't know when she wants in and out.
You gotta go.
But yeah, so we do all that kind of fun stuff. So, and there we go, dog barking in the background. So it wouldn't be a Ghost Freaking Talking podcast without any of these distractions going on in the back.
It's real life.
Yeah.
You know?
So I am going to say I am kind of disappointed that my ghost hasn't picked on you.
Yeah, with all the stuff that you said that has, gone on here, I'd like to.
Are you saying I'm full of shit now?
No, absolutely not. No,
ladies and gentlemen.
you are putting words into my mouth.
She is calling us on bullshit in this house.
Absolutely not, because there are things that have happened that are definitely unexplained.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy has happened to me, like seeing something or things that you've experienced. So not that I'm inviting crazy things to happen, but
all right, ghosts of the Brickhead house, make sure to give Vanessa a nice warm welcome. Well, maybe it's because you have your protector here.
It could be. Maybe they're scared of me because I brought the skull in.
Yeah, you brought Martha over, so they know that you're cool and stuff like that.
Could
so
be, yeah.
maybe Martha's telling them, back off. I know this chick. All right, so I do have a couple of news stories we were going to talk about tonight. One story we're going to talk about, there's been a lot of sightings of pterodons. Do you know what a pterodon is?
Remind me.
Pterodon
I've heard the name.
It's a pterodactyl.
Okay.
Like a dinosaur bird-like creature.
Crazy. Okay.
They've been having massive sightings of this thing in North Carolina.
Okay. Are they all in North Carolina, all these sightings?
Well, a lot of the sightings are in North Carolina for this pterodon. Unlike here in the Chicago area, where just the other day I seen that there was another Mothman sighting.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so the Mothman's still hanging around Chicago.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, and for the other story, we're going to talk about the Conjuring house. Because the Conjuring house is in the news again because they are going to be doing a full-on week-long live stream from the actual house. So we'll get into that story and we'll talk a little bit about the Conjuring.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So guys, stay tuned right after this commercial break for Ghost Frickin' Talking merch. Make sure to buy yourself a Ghost Frickin' Talking t-shirt and tell them that Ghost Frickin' Talking sent you and Ghost Frickin' Talking hates this barking ass dog barking all the time on my show. All right, guys.
And if you want your very own Ghost Frickin' Talking t-shirt, coffee cups, and heck, even dog bandanas, head to the link below.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back. So make sure to go out and get yourself a Ghost Freaking Talking merch, whether a t-shirt, coffee cup. I want a coffee cup. I think I'm going to order myself a coffee cup here.
There you go.
Yeah, so I can wake up in the morning with my Ghost Freaking Talking.
Yeah, work from home.
Work from home, yep. So hopefully this uptick in people listening to the podcast is because people are working from home and they need something to listen to. And maybe they came across it and it's like, man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but he sounds pretty entertaining.
Whatever. There's a reason people listen.
Yeah, so we appreciate everybody listening and subscribing and everything like that. We are well over, I think we're at 107 subscribers on YouTube now. It's usually that first 100 is the hardest to get.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we want to thank all 107 of those subscribers out there. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right, so first story we're going to talk here tonight is flying dinosaur sightings are on the rise in North Carolina.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? North Carolina's got pterodons, and what pterodons are? They are the pterodactyl type of creatures.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever seen? I believe it was Jurassic Park 3. They made their way into like this huge bird cage type thing, and these big long beaked dinosaurs were going after the egg that the kid was carrying in his backpack.
Okay.
Those are the pterodons.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
All right, it says here, North Carolina has long been home of legends of Bigfoot, the Lake Norman monster, and lizardmen. I don't know too much of lizardmen. I know more of dogmen, where they're supposed to be the assholes of the cryptid community.
Okay.
Yeah. Supposedly, if you come across a dogman, you're not making it out alive. But evidently, people actually made it out alive because they had to come back with the stories of it.
Yeah, obviously there's stories of this Yeah, so someone's had to come out alive.
Right. It's like that line in Pirates of the Caribbean. I love it. They're like, yeah, it's a ghost ship, and whenever people see it, they die. And then he's like, well, then where do the stories come from?
Right.
All right. So Bigfoot. So Bigfoot. There's actually been a lot of sightings of Bigfoot. I've been seeing a lot of stories pop up with Bigfoot as well. And here's the question. I haven't even gotten into the whole thing yet, but do you think that more of these creatures are going to pop up now because there's not a lot of people out, so they can try to mingle themselves back into like normal life? Because right now, if you go to, what is it, Venice? Is it Venice that has the water that goes through the city, right?
Yeah,
the
there's
channels.
Venice, and I think Amsterdam has the channels and stuff like that.
And where it was so highly used and polluted that you couldn't even see through the water, but now people can actually see into the water and see all the different fish and stuff that are in the water because it's not being used and it's not polluted or anything.
Yeah.
So is something like that happening to where Bigfoot, there's no people in parks, so maybe Bigfoot's
trying to reestablish himself
in the woods, or these new creatures are being able to venture out because there's not a lot of people out there either scaring them away or whatnot. So
yeah, could be.
All right, so but recently there's been a growing belief in modern pterosaurs living in North Carolina. Pterosaurs were flying reptiles that many scientists believe went extinct a long time ago. Cryptozoologist Jonathan Whitcomb, author of a bunch of books, I'm not even going to read them, sent out a press release about the creatures, including new pterodactyl sightings in North Carolina. He commented, "My associates and I believe that these are non-extinct pterosaurs, what many persons would call pterodactyls or flying dinosaurs." Cynthia Lee, who has been studying to become a veterinary technician, reported to Whitcomb an apparent pterosaur that she saw on Thursday, January 4th, in Raleigh. She was sure that the flying creature had no feathers, but it did have a long tail with a diamond-shaped bulb at the end of the tail. It also had a head and a crest. So,
interesting.
And it's not like it's coming from some drunkard that's down the road, right?
Right, that doesn't know what an animal, the difference between
exactly.
different species.
This is a veterinarian.
Yeah.
That would know, animals, and I don't think she's going to come up with stories or she's a wackadoo. Because I don't think too many wackadoos become veterinarians.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'd like to hope.
Right? You hope that you're not taking Fluffy to someone that's like, oh my God, aliens abducted me last night. Right?
Yeah, who knows? But yeah.
Oh, speaking of aliens, we were just talking about aliens. Was it last night? We were talking about the Blink-182.
Oh yeah.
Tom DeLonge.
Yep, a couple nights ago.
Tom DeLonge actually had. I just seen in the news today that the FBI has released a couple of UFO videos that they have actually that he submitted to them for proof of aliens being aliens, and it came up saying that they were not able to distinguish what these items were.
Wow.
So they are officially logged as unidentified objects.
Wow.
So aliens are among us, people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll I'll dive into that because this is new that I just found up today. So maybe I'll talk about it next week's episode.
Yeah, interesting.
So maybe I can dig up and see what these videos look like.
Yeah, I'd like to see them.
Yeah. So she also spotted the creatures last week following. She also spotted the creature last week following Wednesday's snow. Lee was taking an Uber ride to work when she saw the same crested creature out the window. The driver did not see it. Well, maybe it is a wackadoo.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are there more than just this lady talking about it recently? Or
yeah, I don't know.
I got to get to it.
Her recent sightings in Raleigh weren't the first occasion someone in Cynthia's family has seen an apparent pterosaur. Okay. So it's a family wackadoos? She told Whitcomb about a sighting many years earlier. My mother and uncle saw one too while they were playing outside of my grandma's house when they were really little. They told grandma, but she didn't believe them. They thought they were extinct. Since she has seen for herself, however, Cynthia no longer believes that they are extinct. Whitcomb also wrote an extensive article about this, which includes several additional North Carolina sightings. So here are the actual other sightings. In Charlotte, a man and his cousin saw something bringing to his mind the word dragon. So this guy saw it and he thought it was a dragon.
Okay.
The man said it looked like what I had seen in a Jurassic Park movie.
All right.
Asheville, North Carolina. And oh my God, have you ever been to North Carolina?
No.
Asheville, North Carolina is the spookiest fucking city I've ever gone through in my life.
Really?
It's got that ominous feeling, like you go, because you come out through the mountains and stuff into Asheville, and it's like you're going into and it's always horrible weather, and it's always like foggy and everything. I go into it, but it's like you're going into Silent Hill.
Okay.
And actually, Asheville is one of the most haunted cities in America.
Oh.
It's actually there's actual what is that? A museum, a haunted museum, hosted in Asheville as well, because of all the rich history of hauntings that have happened out there. So there was a sighting in Asheville, North Carolina. A lady saw a huge black-winged creature flying very low over her car. It had no feathers, but had sharp edges to its features.
Interesting.
In Jacksonville, North Carolina, an eyewitness saw something huge. It was huge, flying in the sky. It looked like a pale greenish white and smooth skinned. It didn't appear to have any feathers, and it had the tail with the diamond shape at the end. So everyone is seeing.
They all have
what
the
it
same
sounds like.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So do you believe there could be dinosaurs still living among us?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, technically, there's a possibility for anything, but this planet is huge. There are a lot of areas where, humans really don't have access to, just because the terrain, So it's very possible that creatures could live out there and thrive without being detected by humans.
No. Yeah,
so,
because they're always finding new animal species and stuff like that. With the rainforest.
I mean,
as
every
dense
day
as it
there's
is.
tons of new species being found.
And if you ever drove that drive, because we used to go to Myrtle Beach all the time, so you would have to drive through the mountains and go through the creepy ass Asheville, and it always ended up being that spot. We hit Asheville, and it's like, oh, we're tired. We're not going to drive the rest of it tonight. So it's like, oh, let's stay in Asheville.
Right.
And the first time we stayed in Asheville, we got a hotel room, and it was one of those kind of where we had no idea what hotel to stay at, so we just found one that was out the side of the road. And we tried to stay with the name brand, so this was like a Hilton or something like that.
Okay.
But it was a rundown Hilton.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a 5-star Hilton or anything.
Right, yeah.
So we get there, and we're there at night, sleeping, and all of a sudden you hear like rustling in the like somebody was messing with a cabinet, like they had like a, I don't know what
armoire.
An armoire, yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But you could hear it smacking the hangers, the metal hangers that were in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you had a weird feeling in that room. It was like a heavy feeling, and both of our cell phones died like instantly when we were in that room.
Oh wow. Just drained the energy.
Yeah, it drained energy right out of our phones.
Wow.
To where I left. I couldn't even charge my phone. We left the hotel, got into the car, and plugged my phone in using the same charger cord, but in the car.
Yeah.
And it started charging.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It was really weird. So that's Asheville for you. That's fucking Asheville's so creepy as fuck.
Well, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, right. So if anyone out there in Asheville wants to bring us in and have us do an investigation somewhere, just let us know. Write to us at ghostft@yahoo.com. What's the email address?
ghostft@yahoo.com.
Yeah, and if you guys have any scary stories, if you guys are from Asheville, write in your scary stories. Let us know what is happening out there in Asheville, because it's fucking creepy. Like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I can get locked in haunted houses all night long.
Yeah.
But just driving through Asheville it raises the I don't know, of some kind of energy or some kind of, I don't know, something's going on there. It's just a weird.
Just feel it, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just, yuck. But it says here, North Carolina is considered by many cryptozoologists to be one of America's 7 pterosaur hotspots in the United States.
Oh, interesting.
Matt Cartmel, Professor Ermitus, fucking big word, of evolutionary arpathology at Duke University, said that it's not impossible for there to be living pterosaurs today, but it is highly unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's possible, but, you know,
Yeah.
who knows?
So there's a bit more to this, but basically, there's the dog again. Ladies and gentlemen, the dog does want back in.
Excuse me.
Yep. So we actually waited during the break to let the dog back in, but she refused to come in. But as always, it's like clockwork. As soon as we start recording, the dog wants back in.
Yeah, of course. That's how it works.
Okay, so if you could have any kind of dinosaur come back, you know, because I wouldn't want a flying one because they'll just pick you off, right?
Yeah, they're a lot bigger than you, so yeah, you're like an easy prey item.
Yeah, coming down from the heavens.
For
on
sure.
You, right? What other dinosaur would it be weird just to have like a brontosaurus come walking through your backyard? Or
Well, it would definitely be like an herbivore that I would prefer, but yeah, like a brontosaurus would be
we don't
pretty
want
cool,
no fucking
but-
raptors coming at our ass.
No, definitely don't need like velociraptors like running through the neighborhood.
Yeah,
you
or
know.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, we got a T-Rex back here on the shelf behind you. But yeah, it would be really weird if maybe, you know, they always talk about global warming.
Yes.
Maybe these creatures were stuck in ice somewhere, and due to global warming, they've melted out of these ice caps.
Yeah, and they're reanimated.
And they're reanimated.
Could be.
Which
There are all these possibilities.
yeah, makes me think of Reanimator, which is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. If you guys haven't seen that, it doesn't have anything to do with dinosaurs, but you said reanimated, so
Of course, I see the connection. Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be really weird if we start having dinosaurs back again, right?
Yeah, it would definitely be weird. You know, because we would be, you know, not really at the top of the food chain anymore.
No.
And I don't think people would know how to really deal with that. So
I think it'd be open season on dinosaurs. I think they would want those extinct again as
For
fast
sure.
as possible. Or we'll just get an island somewhere and open up and call it Jurassic Park.
yeah, there you go. That worked out well.
that worked out well for
Yep. For a lot of people.
All right, going back to Jurassic Park. All right, it fucking failed bad, right? Not the movie. The movie, it was good, but I'm saying the idea of Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs ended up taking over the entire park.
Right.
So what do? Let's open up another fucking park.
Yeah, of course.
And everything will go well, right?
Yeah, because they have, you know, better security this time, and they know better, right?
Yeah, that didn't work out for them again.
Yeah.
Once bitten, twice shy. Or
Yeah.
was it fool me once, it's my fault, or fool
Shame
me,
on you.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. All right, guys. Well,
Oh, goodness.
so let us know in the comments in the YouTube video, or write to us at ghostft@yahoo.com. Do you guys think that dinosaurs are still existing out there? Do you think with all the shut-in of everyone, are we getting a higher volume of these cryptids showing up? And if these people finding and seeing these animals, why aren't you fucking inside your house?
Well, you can still go outside, you know.
No, I guess some people are still doing the trails and stuff like that. So I could just see, you know, Bigfoot getting it on sometime and be like, "Oh yeah, there's nobody out here," and then all of a sudden he looks over and there's some family, you know, taking a stroll,
Hiking, yeah.
and he's like, "Oh damn."
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Yeah, do you think Bigfoot would be like, "Finish"? And
I
let me
have
finish.
no idea.
Let me finish.
I don't think Bigfoot is probably that like intelligent. So
Bigfoot would be like, "I like it when you watch."
oh my gosh. Oh,
Look at me, so I can finish.
All right.
All right, guys. So now that I've embarrassed Vanessa over here, we're going to go to another break, and when we come back, we're going to talk The Conjuring. And the big news this week of Conjuring house actually being in the news, and it's everywhere I look right now. So tune in right in after this commercial break. So follow the link and order your very own Ghost Freaking Talking merch. Many colors and designs are available. You can even get coffee cups and dog bandanas. All right, guys, welcome back. So, like I said, once again, support your favorite podcast channel and get yourself some Ghost Freaking Talking gear. So, because all the money that we bring through our merch sales will be put right back to the channel, whether it be going on some ghost hunts, because those are never free. So if you want to go, because I want to go to Waverly Hills, and I know that's a little bit of a penny, and
it's
to go
a little drive, yeah.
Even to like Tinker Swiss here in Rockford, I think it's like $25-$30 just to do a tour there.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I've never done the tour.
Yeah, and if you wanted to actually do an investigation tour of it, it's like $75 a person, I think. So.
Oh wow! But they'll let you do an investigation.
Yeah, they'll let you do an investigation. You go in all night and.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so
get the experience.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's worth it. I'd definitely pay for it.
Oh yeah, I'd pay for that too. I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
If you guys are interested in seeing some of the stuff I've actually caught at Tinker Swiss, because they actually let me bring my equipment in during just a regular tour.
Oh, awesome!
And I caught some EVPs, and that was where we actually had the ghost there talk about the ghost that lives in our house. So.
Yeah, you told me that story. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So if you guys are interested, that is on the Rewind series on our YouTube channel. So if you guys go there, you guys can. It's really creepy that a ghost from somewhere else would.
Right, like miles away.
Yeah, be talking about the ghost, and it came out clear as as day that they go. It's at Brickhead's. Lexi isn't here. It's at Brickhead's. Push the red button.
Right. Yeah.
Very creepy. And if you guys are confused on what the red button is, if you're watching me right there on the shelf, right there, that is the red button. The play button is the red button. So. And
Lexi is the ghost here.
Yep. Lexi is the name of the ghost that's in the kids' bedroom.
Right.
Yeah. Lexi likes to hang out in their closet.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll go and introduce you to Lexi later.
All right.
All right, so on to the story. All right, so once again, you guys probably hear the clicking of my dog's long ass nails in the background. It is not a ghost. Or
you probably don't even hear it.
Scratching at you. It's my dog pacing around because she doesn't want to sit around. All right, so the story says here, the real life Conjuring house will be live streamed for 1 whole week.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Very cool.
Something
different.
And
I'm excited. I know I'm going to be wasting a lot of time watching it.
Just watching it, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
It says here, people are spending a lot more time in their homes during the COVID-19 pandemic. But imagine if your house was haunted.
Imagine that.
Imagine being in a haunted house. But imagine if your house is haunted. What? Would you still stay in it?
Well,
I've stayed in it for.
I mean, it's your house.
Yeah, it's my house.
I mean, unless something crazy is going on, like The Conjuring.
Oh yeah, because
then we might have some problems.
Because we were going to record this episode a couple days ago, and when I brought up that we were going to talk about the Conjuring house, you're like, I've never seen The Conjuring. I'm like,
correct.
I'm like, what the fuck? We watched The Conjuring 2.
We did. Yeah, but I hadn't seen the first one.
You haven't seen The Conjuring 1, and this is what the story's about. I'm like, well, now I feel like an ass that I made you watch Conjuring 2 without seeing Conjuring 1 first.
Well, you said they weren't really like, other than like the Warrens.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a different story, so it wasn't like a, full connection there. But
yeah, there wasn't a total connection besides just knowing the characters, I guess.
Oh, right. So no, I didn't feel like it ruined it or anything. Right.
So I'm like, well, fuck it, we won't record tonight. We'll go and watch The Conjuring 1.
Yeah, watch that.
What'd you think of the movie?
Well, I mean, based on a true story, it's very interesting to know like how true it is to the actual, real stories in movies. Because I know movies, like to make things a little more. Scary or a little more elaborate or whatever the case may be. But so yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
It was
the very first Conjuring.
crazy.
The very first Conjuring is in my top 10 overall horror movies of all time.
Okay.
Just because I've always been a huge fan of the Warrens and their stuff that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first time I seen this movie, I don't get too many things that get me on a jump scare. But the one that freaked the shit out of me, and I had actual nightmares of it that night, was
Really?
that thing. Remember when the thing was clapping its hands in the closet?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden there was that fucking witch thing that was on top of it.
and jumps off to the kid.
I think I literally pissed my pants in the movie theater. And
well, I jumped a couple times too.
yeah, I remember. I'm like, oh, that got you.
Yeah,
that got you.
Yeah, there's definitely some parts. I mean, it's coming obviously with the music and how they build it up, but it's still. I mean, even knowing it's coming,
exactly.
it still gets you.
Yeah,
because it's kind of it's creepy and it's just like it makes your mind wander a little bit because something's there but you don't know what it is.
And I think because Paranormal Activity is also my top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And why I think Paranormal Activity and The Conjuring get me most is because I live in a haunted house.
Yeah, it's a little more.
So it's more real to me.
Yeah.
In those movies, and I get it. Conjuring is a true life story, but it's still Hollywood BS.
Exactly. I don't know.
And
yeah.
Paranormal Activity was total Hollywood BS, but it felt so real to me. That's why they're in my top 10 because they just get me in the feels and all that. So, but going back to the story here, says Corey and Jennifer Heinzen currently reside in the house made famous in The Conjuring, but they're not like most couples. As paranormal investigators, it's their job to look for the supernatural. So how awesome is it though that a paranormal investigator couple actually got to buy the Conjuring house? And we we actually brought this up on an earlier episode of Ghost Freaking Talking because they had just purchased it like September last year.
Oh, okay. So it's a new purchase.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you recently watched The Demon House, the Zach Baggins,
Yes.
where he bought that house.
Correct.
Back in that episode, we were talking about when this house was up for sale. Why the hell didn't Zach Baggins buy it? Because he is the buyer of all shit creepy.
Does he do that often?
Yeah, he's got a museum in Las Vegas, and I want to go to Vegas to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a haunted museum where he's bought stuff like he's got like Dr. Kevorkian's van that he did all the assisted suicides in and stuff like that. He actually had the van put into the house.
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
He's got, I believe he had Annabelle there for a little while, on loan.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a room that's full of nothing but dolls that are supposedly haunted.
Wow.
He's got he's got a bunch of stuff from like different serial killers and stuff like that.
So it sounds like the room in that the Warrens had.
Yeah, exactly.
In the Conjuring,
Yeah, basically he's got the Warrens had one room. Zach Baggins has an entire house full of stuff, and he constantly has things happening at his.
I would imagine with all the stuff there, yeah.
And what really sucks is that I had a chance to go to the Haunted Museum because he was hosting an audition to be on the show, and I made it into the top 10 to be on the show, but I didn't make it.
Oh, well, hey,
yeah, unfortunately.
Top 10, that's awesome.
Yeah, I made top 10.
Yeah.
So it was cool to get in, a running for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately, I didn't make it.
Well, who knows what will happen in the future,
Yeah.
Get to maybe try again. I'll be like, hey, I recognize that guy.
Yeah, maybe Zach will be listening to Ghost Freaking Talking and be like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I should have had him on my show. Because, a lot of people they hate Zach Baggins. They hate him because, he's a little over the top.
Yeah, I like the guy. I mean, I like the show. I can understand. I mean, you're always going to have haters regardless, whether they hate him personally or just hate like what he does. But yeah.
Because I'm a dude. I'm a dude guy. And it's funny because I when I first started talking about Ghost Adventures, I was like, oh yeah, they're the dude guys. They're like,
right.
Hey, dude,
the bros.
Yeah. So you're like, that show you're talking to me?
Because there was two of them. I was getting confused.
The bros.
Yep. The bro one, right?
The bro one.
The bro ghost hunters.
It says here, in fact, they say the house is still haunted, and in a couple weeks, you can join them on their spooky ride at this house. The couple will be live streaming their experiences in the house from May 9th to May 16th, 2020, of course, in case you're listening to this in 2021, maybe.
Right.
Cameras will be placed all over to document it, and they'll be performing traditional paranormal investigations while also having fellow investigators communicate with the live stream to share their thoughts on what might happen. They also plan to use a Ouija board, and perform seances. They really know how to party.
It sounds
I didn't add that. That was in the story. They really know how to party.
Yeah, I see that.
But yeah, this is the house.
Wow.
It looks totally different from what they portrayed it in the movie.
Yeah, it does. Wow.
Yeah. Because it was like an old Victorian-looking house in the movie, and this is like a shack.
Yeah, it looks like a little kind of like log cabin-esque little house.
It says here, of course, the home was famously owned by the Perrin family in the early 70s. Some of what they experienced inside inspired the 2013 horror film directed by James Wan that has since spawned an entire cinematic universe. The Heinzen's live stream will only be available on the Dark Zone Network. Which is a website dedicated to all things paranormal. How the hell have I not heard about this thing before? It's also a place for fans to interact and share their passion for the subject. For those still unsure about the whole thing, you can pay $4.99 for 24 hours worth of the stream, but for $19.99 you get the entire week.
Oh, wow. Okay. I see how they did that there.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
All right. This is another thing that me and Trenton talked about when we found out that this family was buying this house.
Mm-hmm.
And that they said they were going to rent it out for overnight stays and stuff like that. And,
Oh, okay.
to make money off of it. Because this is an investment house, right?
Well, yeah.
It's not buying this house to move into it.
No. I mean, yeah, whether they're investment or just for their own, entertainment. But yeah, and
so how
I
much?
could see that.
How much of this you're paying $20 for the entire week? All right.
Yeah, but how long is someone really gonna sit there and watch?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I think I'm gonna drop $20 on it. I'm not gonna lie, just because I want to check it out and see. But the whole thing that I don't want is them going in and faking stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that they would fake stuff.
Yeah.
I
See,
mean,
that's
I don't
what
know
we kind of brought up in the episode too, where it's like, do we really think that they would go in and fake stuff just so people are like, oh my God, it's still haunted. Let's go spend $200 to spend the night there.
Oh, you think this is kind of like promotion to like get their like little overnight stays?
Yep. Which, would suck on their part, because as a paranormal investigator myself, I don't want, shit faked or, just to make a buck off of it.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Because that's the one thing I hate. Is some, like my buddy Kevin, that's an avid listener to the show. He sent me a link this week for haunted videos.
Okay.
And most of it's like, okay, shit's fake. People fake this stuff to
just get a rise.
Just to get a rise and get the hits on YouTube or whatnot. So like if I do an investigation and I don't have anything, I will still put a video out, but I'll be like, nothing fucking happened,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, people should expect to have something happen every single time. You go out, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean,
because
we try again.
We just did a Redmont video, and they wouldn't allow us to have any kind of camera in the fucking hotel, which sucked.
Right.
But I still put a video out, gave a little bit of history on the place or whatnot. I didn't have any evidence to share. We had some personal experiences that we had at the hotel, so I told them about it in the video.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, this demon came out of the bedroom.
Making stuff up
And then I I superimpose a fucking demon in my picture somewhere, And be like, yeah, man, I'm sitting next to the devil. Right?
Yeah. You'd have too much time on your hands if you did that.
there's this documentary. Maybe I'll let you watch it one night. It's called Mr. Jingles or something like that. Mr. Tingles? Mr. Dingles or Jingles or
Mr.
Tingles?
Jingles reminds me of the last season of American Horror Story.
Oh yeah. That
So,
clown was creepy as fuck. Oh no, that wasn't.
that's not the
no,
clown.
that's the
No,
clown.
you haven't seen this episode.
No, I haven't seen the.
But yeah, I think his name was
80s
Mr.
slasher.
Jingles. Yeah, I believe it was Mr. Jingles.
Well, the one I'm talking about is this clown. This guy was dressed up as a clown.
Okay.
And he comes rolling out of this girl's bed underneath it and stands over her bed, and then all of a sudden, it became like a phenomenon. He posted a cell phone number for people to call to have this clown call and talk to the bad kids and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Saying that he's gonna, come and kill them.
I'm
stuff
out
like
from
that.
under your bed.
And they did a whole. It was on Hulu. It's a Hulu exclusive documentary, and how this guy, it just became like a huge phenomenon, and it was just a joke, but people thought it was fucking real.
Serious.
Yeah.
Wow. And it just kind of spawned
Yeah,
into
so
its own
he
thing.
got death threats. People calling this number saying that, oh, they're gonna fucking kill this clown guy, and all of a sudden there was a rash of clowns. People dressed up as clowns popping up in the news.
Yeah.
And just standing in woods and stuff like that.
I have a story.
Huh?
I have a story about a clown. So when I worked at a cemetery, there was a clown sighting in the middle of the night. Climbed over the fence, and I mean this, like the gate, it's like wrought iron, it's like 15 feet. He like scaled it somehow in his little clown outfit, and then he's like, there was some people who stopped because they saw this person. They knew that they shouldn't be in there, and they were like taking photos of him. And yeah, it's creepy. He just scales the gate, and then he's on the other side, and he just like looks at him, and he's just like waving, and
That's creepy.
like, oh,
Did he get arrested?
Creepy. No, I don't think so. There wasn't any. I talked to the manager. There wasn't any like incidents or anything. Nothing crazy happened on the grounds or anything. But yeah, it's just like what compels people to do this. I don't know, but
Yeah,
a little creepy.
and the thing is that it sparked interest in people and got them talking about it. And I just hope this whole thing with the Conjuring house isn't a thing for them to go on and be like, oh yeah, the Ouija board's moving, bro.
Yeah.
The ghost is still here. Come
Right.
spend $200-$300 a night, and you guys can experience this stuff.
Right. Yeah, that'd be kind of shady to just do that just to
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah, so that's what you'll get my $20. Don't worry. You're getting Ghost Freaking Talking's $20. But you better have some stuff on there that's real, and don't be jerking my chain. Because I don't want you jerking my chain.
So what if nothing happens during this whole week?
Then I will be like, that was $20 well worth my time.
Yeah, no, I agree, because they
then
didn't fake
I know
anything.
that they're not faking
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, and I mean that's totally possible. Maybe watch in the middle of the night at 3:07 was the time. Now, I don't know if that was actually true or not, but I don't really know too many details about the actual true story about it. But
yeah, they actually stayed pretty much to the true story throughout that movie.
Okay.
So a lot of that evidence and stuff like that, like the whole thing where all of a sudden her voice disappeared off of the recorder and stuff like
yep.
that, that really happened.
Wow.
The pictures that they had actually showed like a being behind the girl while she was walking up the stairs and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that's all true stuff. And the people actually seen the little girl being slid across the floor.
Wow.
And stuff like that. So
yeah, that's crazy.
It'd
be really scary to experience it, just not knowing what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah. So hopefully, I fingers crossed something happens, but I don't want it to be a fake happen.
Well, of course, yeah.
They're sitting there using the Ouija board and like, oh yeah, it says parent family.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, because then that just gives them bad names as investigators, and I don't think that they would want that. So.
And to finish off the story here, it says the coolest part about this whole thing is that a portion of the proceeds will be going to the coronavirus charities. Well, that's a good part. A free preview is available on May 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can get a discount on advance tickets on May 1st. Fuck.
All right.
I
Good
missed
thing
it.
Today is not May 1st.
Today
And it
not
is
May
after
1st.
May 1st.
If you're a fan of The Conjuring or horror movies in general, this sounds like a great experience to check out from the comfort of your own home. So don't miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, that's interesting. Something new. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Because I have actually had requests, and I needed to figure out how I can do it. Because I have like a full spectrum, night vision UV camera.
Okay.
I want to hook it up and have it run on this channel for like 24 hours and just have it shooting in the house.
Just see if you catch anything.
See if I catch anything. Just have people just chime in once in a while. If they're watching, if they see something, give us a timestamp, and then I can go back and review it and see if something was there, and enhance the video and try to debunk if it was a cat or a dog or maybe a street lamp or something coming on and off.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. So I'm very interested to see how they work this out, and if it's not going to be a horse and pony show. Is that what they call it? Horse and pony show?
Sure.
Or is it? I don't know. There's some kind of funky name for Dog and pony show.
Oh, the dog and pony
Boom,
show.
Dog and pony.
It sounds kind of familiar, but not
like horse and pony. Those are the same fucking things.
I would say. So.
All right, guys.
You're on your own.
So make sure to go to, what is it? The Dark Zone? I forgot what it was. Hold on. Let me see here. The Dark Zone Network. And you get 24 hours for $4.99 or the entire week for $19.99.
All right.
All right. So, we'll sell you the seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Guess we'll see.
Yep, we will see on that. So I will report back to you guys here on the podcast when they go live, and maybe that week I'll give a little synopsis of what's been going on. Probably midway through. And, maybe we'll steal some footage from them or something.
Talk about something if anything happens.
We'll talk about something if it happens, or if they're
if nothing happens,
or they're full of shit.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, so. All right, guys. So that is our show for tonight. So I want to thank Vanessa for popping in again and co-hosting with me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see if we can get Trent back in here next week, and we'll talk more about this interesting fact of, we got UFOs that are unidentified, from the FBI themselves. So we'll talk about that. Whatever kind of spooky stuff. But if you guys have any kind of spooky stories, please write them into the show, and we will read them right here on the show, and we will take them as serious as possible. It's not like when we go and read Reddit stories where we make fun of them. So what is the email address?
It is ghostft@yahoo.com.
Yes, that's right. It's ghostft@yahoo.com. So write us, send us an email, and we will make sure to read it here on the show. All right, Vanessa, well, thanks again for hopping in. Once again, if you guys are listening to us via podcast, and if you're listening to us via iTunes, make sure to give us a review on iTunes so it gets out there into the whatever media masses, however that works out with iTunes when people give reviews and stuff like that. We will be having some Ghost Freaking Talking stickers. I will be sending out to some people that have written in and said, hey, I want one of those stickers.
Awesome.
So I'll get a sticker out to them. So we got some longtime listeners that want some gear, so I'll get some stuff out to them. Also, right here on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscription button and make sure to hit that notification bell so when new videos come out, you'll be the first one to know. Also, check out our merch shop and order yourself some GFT gear. And also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. All right, guys. As always, usually Trenton's thing is everyone's got a story to tell. So go ahead.
Everyone's got a story to tell.
Everyone does have a story to tell. And as always, stay